Many student council members feel like glorified party planning committees. They get to approve dance themes or spirit days, while the administration makes every decision that actually affects the school's budget or policy. This dynamic mirrors a 1968 French student worker rebellion poster that reads, "I participate, you participate, they profit." Sherry Arnstein used this frustration to define the critical difference between the empty ritual of participation and the actual redistribution of power. Arnstein's solution was this eight-rung ladder of citizen participation. It provides a metric to determine whether an organization is truly sharing power or simply going through the motions. Student government feels hollow when there is a mismatch between the effort you put in and the specific rung of power you occupy on this ladder. The bottom rungs, manipulation and therapy, represent non-participation, engineering support instead of listening. The middle rungs, informing, consultation, placation, are tokenism. Students have a voice but lack structural power. The top rungs, partnership, delegated power, citizen control, represent citizen power, giving students leverage to negotiate and manage programs autonomously. Most student governance is intentionally restricted to the yellow tokenism rungs, offering visibility to the student body without granting any actual authority to the council. Common school tools like climate surveys and suggestion boxes fall strictly into rung 4 consultation. Arnstein notes that when input is restricted to this level, it remains a window dressing ritual. Participation is measured by how many students answer a questionnaire, but the students themselves are treated as statistical abstractions with no guarantee of influence. Rung 5, placation, involves handpicking a few worthy students to sit on a school board. While they appear to have a seat at the table, they are structurally designed to be outvoted and outmaneuvered by the adult majority. A seat at the table is a placation strategy if the underlying math of the committee guarantees your vote can never change the final result. Pop quiz. The principal asks the council to organize Mental Health Week, but the administration mandates all activities and requires pre-approval for every poster. Which rung is this? This is a form of non-participation, likely manipulation or therapy. The council is being used to engineer student support for the principal's preset agenda, not to lead their own. To move past tokenism, demand rung 6, partnership, requiring joint policy committees. Here, students hold an equal number of votes to staff. This 50-50 split ensures decisions can't be made without student agreement, redistributing power through genuine negotiation. Power holders rely on high survey participation to prove to their own superiors that they have successfully consulted the students. By organizing a boycott of these token surveys, students remove the administration's primary shield, creating a vacuum that forces them to negotiate for a real, structural partnership. Rung 7 is delegated power. This is where students move from being heard to achieving dominant decision-making authority over specific aspects of school life. In the youth garage model, a school delegates a specific real-dollar budget to a student committee. The students have full managerial control over the spending, flipping the traditional hierarchy. At this level of delegated power, administrators cannot simply override student choices. They must bargain with the committee to resolve differences, treating the students as equals in the decision-making process. Effective student governments operate as autonomous authorities over designated domains, moving beyond the limitations of an advisory role. This cheat sheet maps Arnstein's ladder to your school environment. Use it to identify where your council currently stands, whether you are stuck in detention at rung 1 or managing funds at rung 8. Bring this framework to your next meeting and audit your council's current projects. Stop accepting empty rituals and start climbing the ladder toward actual democratic citizenship.